First Minister.
Thank you.
Now, it's exactly a year to the day when we found out that Boris Johnson had won a thumping 80-seat majority, based partly on people voting for the Tories for the very first time and turning Labour strongholds Conservative blue. 4 of those seats were in the northeast of the country, so Ione Wells has visited the area to see what, if anything, has changed.
A year since the Conservatives took 4 bricks from Labour's so-called Red Wall here in northeast Wales. The one Labour held on to, Allen and Deeside, became the most marginal seat in Wales, with some voting Conservative for the first time. Suni Coombs was one of those voters. She works in Saltney on the Wales-England border and says her views haven't changed despite some frustrations with how the pandemic's been handled.
We didn't close the borders earlier on like other countries. When I heard that Dominic Cummings did his travelling 260 miles and he didn't come out and admitted, yes, he was wrong, and that was kind of a turning point for me. I don't think any other parties at the moment, I don't think there's anything particular that I think they would do any better. So it has changed my views slightly, but whether I would change my vote, I'm not too sure.
So Suni's seat here in Allen and Deeside didn't go the way that she hoped last year, but neighbouring Wrexham and Clwyd South turned Conservative for the first time in history. And to the west of us, Delyn swung Tory by fewer than 900 votes in an election that saw people on all sides of the political spectrum turn away from past voting habits. Scott Jones voted Labour last year in Delyn, but says it was with a heavy heart.
I would have rather voted for a smaller party like maybe the Liberal Democrats or Plaid Cymru, but it's just not something you can do here, really. I think I made the right decision in the end. I think, if anything, what's happened over the past year is that you need competent people to do the job. You don't just want somebody who can be good on TV and write funny articles and make funny speeches. Labour have to win. Here again, it's as simple as that. Without winning places like Delyn, that voted Labour for decades, you're not going to see a Labour government.
Labour MPs know they have work to do if they want to win back some of their lost or reluctant voters. Few more so than Mark Tarmy, MP for Wales's most marginal seat.
Thanks for reminding me. I think hopefully Brexit will not be the issue that it was, although, as I've said, there's a lot of things that made people feel whatever they did feel about Brexit. I think the party is re-engaging. I think we are under Keir Starmer. I think the polls show that people relate to him than perhaps they did to Jeremy Corbyn, and we've got to move forward on that basis. It's a big task, it's not going to turn it around in a second, but I think it is there to be won.
Cardiff University's latest Welsh political barometer suggests that in Wales, the Westminster voting intention for Labour is at its highest since December 2018. The poll suggests that if there was a vote now, that could mean the Conservatives losing their gains from last year's election, except narrowly this one in Wrexham. But Vale of Clwyd MP James Davis says he's confident they can hold on to people's votes.
Ultimately, the 7 Conservative MPs in North Wales work together as a team, and my interpretation of the real world, as opposed necessarily to Twitter on the ground, is that people want us to be doing well and to be helping their communities, and that's what we're striving to do.
While the picture may still be mixed here, it's clear new factors like the Welsh and UK governments' respective responses to the current health and economic crisis are likely to play a big role in elections to come.
Our parliamentary correspondent Ione Wells reporting there from North East Wales. And that